Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things and welcome to another video, and today I'm doing a bit of a belated Christmas book haul. So it has been quite a few weeks now since Christmas, but I am a little bit behind and catching up with all of the many New Year videos I have to do. But I thought today I would talk about some of the books that I received for Christmas. So before I get into the actual books, I want to show you a few bookish items that I received for Christmas. These are not necessarily all of the bookish related things that I received for Christmas, because some of them are scattered around my house now in various places, but there are a few things I wanted to show you, which I thought you would enjoy seeing. One of them is my new bookish scarf, which, as you can see, has many books on, which I'm very much enjoying how many classics it has on. So that is pretty good fun. I also wanted to show you two mugs, which I'm now very excited to own. One of them is a Bronte mug. So you will have seen in several of my videos before my Jane Austen mug and my Charles Dickens mug, which make an appearance in many a tea intro. And now I have a Bronte mug as well to go with them, which has many Bronte characters and Bronte books on, which is really fun. So I'm excited to own this. And then I also have another bookish mug. This is a Pride and Prejudice mug from some friends of mine, which I really love and is very exciting. As you may be able to tell from my many tea intros, I do really love a bookish mug. Then I also wanted to show you this, which is a little like bookish thing that one of my friends made for me, sewed for me, which is really cool. And it says on it, "Books are a unique form of portable magic." And I also wanted to show you this, which is a book that is also a light. This is going to really mess up the camera. Yeah, my camera doesn't like this, but I like it. But anyway, on to the books. I have 7 to show you today. Most of these were gifts from my parents, but the first one was a gift from my uncle. This is Primeval and Other Times by Olga Tokarczuk. And this is translated from Polish, and the novel follows this fictional village in Poland throughout the 20th century and kind of how this one village and its people get caught up in everything that's going on in the world at that time. It sounds absolutely fascinating. My uncle and I have a bit of a tradition of giving each other translated fiction for Christmas, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Then a family friend gave me this. This is Festive Spirits by Kate Atkinson. This feels very Christmassy now at the end of January. I have already read this. I in fact read this on Christmas Day, which was good fun, and it's 3 little short stories from Kate Atkinson, who is an author I really like. The first one and the third one are quite kind of like everyday life, little moments of happiness, and the middle one is sort of more supernatural or with a little magical realist twist, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, these are good fun and Christmassy, which you probably don't want now, but you might want when it comes around to December again at the end of this year. Talking of Christmas reads that now feel out of date, my parents gave me for Christmas Miss Marley by Vanessa LaFay, which I also read just between Christmas and New Year, and I enjoyed some things about. I didn't feel that it was perfect. The author died sort of part the way through, and while it has been finished off and I really like the ending, I feel like the first half of the book would have been probably more developed if the author hadn't passed away. And so I did enjoy it, but I feel like there were also other things that I wanted to know about, or that I didn't feel were really explored that much, so I enjoyed it. It was a fairly interesting read, and nice and festive. The rest of the books I had to talk about are all ones that I got from my parents for Christmas, and all ones that I haven't read yet. This is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell, which I'm very excited for. This has been on my radar for ages. It is a historical novel. I hear it is very gothic. I believe it's set in the Victorian period, but I don't know why I think that. I can't find anything about that on the blurb or in like the first few pages, so I might be wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain it's set in the 19th century. And it follows this young woman who, after a very brief marriage, finds herself a widow living in this mysterious house alone, and there are possibly supernatural things going on, which sounds incredibly up my street. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully I'll get to it fairly soon and it won't sit on my shelves for ages, because I think this should be a really interesting read, and I do love a bit of gothic historical fiction. On a completely different note, I have this. This is Don't You Forget About Me by Varro Macfarlane. I've been meaning to read this for ages. I've nearly bought it like so many times in the last year because it just sounds really fun. And as I mentioned in my reading goals, I'm trying to read a bit more commercial women's fiction. So this follows the life of a young woman and what happens when she runs into an ex-boyfriend of hers at work, who is her new boss, but finds that he has no recollection of her at all, or seems to anyway. So this sounds quite fun, and I think it should be an interesting read, and it's just one I've heard a lot of great things about. Lastly, I have two classics. One is Lady Anna by Anthony Trollope. I love Anthony Trollope a lot. He's one of my favourite authors ever. I have read 23 out of his 47 novels, so this will probably be my 24th. Last year I read a Trollope book every month for the whole year. I'm definitely not doing that again this year, but I definitely want to pick up some Anthony Trollope in the year. This one sounds fantastic. I think, like many an Anthony Trollope novel, it's going to explore marriage and class and inheritance. I haven't read much of the blurb because in general I find that the backs of classics spoil quite a lot of the plot, but from what I've heard about this, it is fantastic. I've heard a lot of other people who really loved it, and I trust Anthony Trollope a lot, so very excited to get to this at some point. Then I have The Awakening by Kate Chopin. So this is The Awakening and also some of her short stories in one collection. So I read some of Kate Chopin's short stories a few months ago and just absolutely loved them. I loved her writing style. I really fell in love with the way she does characterization and explores themes. I think she's fantastic. I'm so excited to read more by her, and The Awakening is definitely the thing by her that I've heard the most about. To be honest, I don't know that much about it, and I'm quite happy to keep it that way because I loved her writing and her short stories so much that I just want to like discover what she does in a full novel. And I've heard so many things about The Awakening that I think I'm really gonna love it. So I'm hoping I'll read this pretty soon because I think this one's gonna be fantastic. And yeah, those are the books that I received for Christmas. I'm really excited to get to the ones of these that I have not got to yet, and also excited to have new bookish things in my life. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say today. I think this is a rather quick video for a change. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you've read any of the books I've mentioned, if there's any that you think I should get to really soon. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another bookish video.